What's happening, y'all? Coach K here, and today is day 13 of a 30-day challenge where I take you guys to work with me every single day for 30 days and just share with you my experience with gig work while I'm also juggling entrepreneurship. I got a lot to do today, so I'm not going to waste any time. Let's jump right into it.
You want to know how to apply, what you need to do to be successful, Cars and Cribs is the channel that you need to be watching. And I just got on to Roadie, which is another gig platform. I got on like around November 9th or so. Right now I'm just waiting for my background check to go through. So because of that, I'm unable to actually pick up a shift or pick up an order with them, but I'm able to see them and it looks pretty fruitful. So I am excited to try that out. As soon as we get cleared, I will be letting you know how Roadie works. Not how it works, but how it works for me. If you want to know how Roadie itself works, go over to Cars and Cribs.
Living a Life of Prayer by E.M. Bounds. Devotional number 22. Samuel, man of prayer. As for me, far be it from me that I should sin against the Lord by failing to pray for you. 1 Samuel 12:23. Samuel stands out in the Old Testament as one of the men who had great influence with God through prayer. God could not deny him anything he asked for. Samuel's praying always affected God and moved God to do what would not have otherwise been done had he not prayed. Samuel stands out as a striking illustration of the possibilities of prayer. Prayer was no strange exercise for Samuel. Through him and his praying, God's cause was brought out in its low, depressing condition. A great national rival began, of which David was the one of its fruit. God, thank you that you use ordinary people, equip them, and guide them to do great things. For your glory. Amen.
All right. So let's get into this. So we just read that devotional, which is pretty much right in alignment with what has transpired today. So I just finished up a lunch drop delivery, and now I am on to do a fetch delivery route. And what's really significant about this today is that the routes are kind of back to back. So typically lunch drop is from about 11:20 to 12:30, just depending on how many locations I need to drop off at, how many locations I need to pick up at, as far as picking up the food and taking it to the facilities. And then the fetch route that I picked up today was from 12 to 2, or is from 12 to 2. And it is currently 12:04. And when I got these two, I was hesitant because multi-apping can hurt you. It can hurt you in the long run if you do it too much and you don't really plan the best course of action when you're multi-apping. So I was like, okay, let me take them. And in that moment when I had already had the fetch order, I had already accepted it. I was like, okay, that's cool. And when I saw the lunch drop, I was like, okay, I'm going to take a lunch drop shift today. And I prayed. I was like, God, please give me one pickup location and make it so that my last drop off is close enough to the warehouse for fetch that I'm not going to be too late if I'm even late. And that prayer came through. With lunch drop, they'll let you know between 10:45 and 11 o'clock what your route is. I had one pickup location. It was 5 minutes from where I stay, and then the drop-offs were in the direction or near enough where I would be picking up for the fetch order. So I'm on my way to do that now. My ETA says I'm going to be there at 12:20. So the other thing that I did was around 11:45, I reached out to fetch and I was like, hey, I'm going to be a few minutes delayed for my route. I should be there about 12:20. And at that time, I didn't know that was really the case. But I did check and see that I would be 15 minutes from the fetch warehouse from my last delivery of lunch drop. I just didn't know what time I would get there, but I was right on time. I'm gonna get there at what my clock says right now at 12:20. So God does answer prayer. You just have to be faithful, pray, and believe that your prayers will be answered. I don't know if you all can see that, but the person in front of me, license plate says Azuliet, and if you didn't know, AJ stands for Azul, which means blue in Spanish. And the little fun story about that is the guy who sold me the vehicle was from a Spanish country. I'm not going to butcher it. I want to say Guatemala. I could completely be lying. But one of the ways when I do name my vehicles, or when I have named my last couple of vehicles, it has been associated with the salesman, just because of the experience that I had with the salesmen were a great experience. And so I wanted to kind of commemorate that moment and in remembrance of that. So I thought that was pretty cool that this person's license plate says Azuliet, I think is how you say it. And we're riding right behind them in AJ. All right, we are pulling up to the warehouse now. And we have 19 packages, 3 drop-off locations. So let's get to it. All right, we are off, and I just secured my DPL, I think it's called, or whatever they call it here, but my extra large package capability, since I have a larger vehicle now. So I might put up the metrics right here. I did just take a picture of it. But if I get so many extra large packages, then I get additional pay to my block. So right now, this block is worth $34. If I were to have some extra large packages on it, I would get anywhere from an additional $3 to an additional $10 per hour. We're gonna see how that works out. And if you don't know, if you didn't catch my last couple of videos, I did get deactivated from Shipt. And Instacart can be hit or miss. All of these platforms, all these gig work platforms can be hit or miss. But when God closes one door, God opens another one. And so now I have a larger vehicle and I have the capacity to do more in different areas. So God is showing me, hey, use your capacity. Don't missteward the capacity in which I've given you. So I'm able to see exactly what I'm able to do with the larger vehicle, which roadie is one. And then now I've been doing fetch, but I'm able to do it in a larger capacity. So we're going to see how this all works out. At fetch for round 2. Thought that was going to be the end of the video earlier, but here's the extension. There was a last minute route that came up, and I mentioned to you that normally these 3-hour routes are $51, but when it's last minute they'll tack on some extra. So this is actually going to be $60 for this route. I have 27 packages and it's supposed to be done by 6 o'clock. One of the benefits of of this is that sometimes with fetch, I get done early. So we're going to see if I'm able to get this done in about 2 hours. It all just depends on where I'm going, which I'm going down by the mall area. It's also traffic time, so we'll see how it goes. I'll let you know at the end what my daily total is. I don't think this is a DPXL order, even though I do have some larger packages. We will see if those packages count. I'm going to count each package that I consider large, and I think I would have had to have 30 packages total in order to get that $10, so I may only get about 6. They are really good about giving you what you are due, so I'm not really concerned as much about that. We're just gonna see what it looks like in the end. To do these orders is I like to go to the furthest order and then come back, specifically because right now is daylight savings, and so it gets dark between like 5 and 6, 6:30 is probably is dang near pitch black dark outside. So I like to go to the furthest delivery route first and then work on my way back, so that way even if it is dark, I'm closer to where I live, I'm closer to where I'm more comfortable. And then if I do get anything else, I can kind of stay in that general area, or I'll just go ahead and head back for the evening if I hit my my daily goal. I don't think I'm gonna hit that 200 today, because I think it's like 34 plus 38, no, 34 plus 36 plus 60 is nowhere near 200. It's actually that right there. So yeah, I'm gonna finish this route, be back at the very end. So I'm gonna say there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, potentially 6 large items. It's everything else that can be considered a large item technically. So 6 to 7 large items, and I'll let you know when it actually comes out, when I get paid, because I don't get paid on the regular schedule, which the regular schedule is daily. So I'm gonna let you guys know when this special pay comes out, which I think is weekly. We'll see. Things may have changed because I haven't been on the platform in a while.
That's gonna be it for today, y'all. I'm still under the weather, so I'm trying not to talk as much. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and doing all the things to keep this channel growing. I'll see y'all in the next one.